Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I hope everybody is doing okay. Happy New Year. It's 2023 now. I'm shooting this video on the 8th of January 2023. So Happy New Year to everybody. And to the new subscribers, I see you guys. Thank you for subscribing to my channel. Especially, it's been a surprise for me that people continue to subscribe because I haven't been active on my channel, but I guess people are like watching, my old videos and they are subscribing. So I really, really appreciate that. So welcome. And to the oldies, hi guys. So anyways, I wanna take you guys back to, because firstly, I haven't been active on my channel. I would shoot a video here, I think as from 2020, end of 2020, I've been shooting let's say 3 videos at the most in a year, right? I think in 2021, I shot maybe 3 or 2, I'm not sure. Yeah, probably 2 or 3. And even in 2020, I didn't shoot much. 2022 as well, it's been worse in 2022. So I know I haven't been active, and there's an explanation for that. And basically this video is to take you guys through that journey, which will make sense as to why I haven't been shooting. It's been a lot, my goodness. It's been a lot. And also this video is also it will take you through my journey up until my admission, which I posted a video about my admission where I have officially been admitted as an attorney of the High Court of South Africa. Yay! And thank you guys for the congratulatory messages. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. That's the journey. That's what I'm about to explain here. Basically, that's the journey that I want to take you through. So this is like a story time and a testimony video, basically. So here goes. As from the video from September 2020 about the video that's titled The Importance and Benefits of Fasting, as from that, it's going to take you from that video up until my last video. Basically, it's going to explain that entire, it's going to take you through that entire journey. So those videos will make sense. In 2020, right? I was fasting for articles, right? I was in Durban doing my practical legal training. And obviously I needed to do my articles right after that. So I was praying for, to do my articles. I also needed to write my board exams. And anyways, I was praying for that, right? And so I wanted to do my articles in Durban. I was adamant about doing my articles in Durban. So that is what essentially I was praying for. I was open to other, in fact, not just Durban, but I wanted to do my articles in the big cities, right? Durban, Joburg, Pretoria, your nice cities. So that's what I was praying for. But I love Durban, so I would have loved to stay in Durban. So, but I was open to other places, except for Mthatha. What I knew is that I did not want to be in Mthatha. That is my hometown, to those that don't know. Mthatha is my hometown, and I just wanted to get away. I've lived in Mthatha all my life. So I really wanted to get out there, spread my wings, and be in other places, right? And experience a different life to what I'm used to. So, anyways, so Mthatha was just out of the question for me. I wanted nothing to do with Mthatha. So like I was saying, I was fasting for articles. And like I said in that video, after my fast, when I broke my fast, literally I got a phone call calling me to an interview. But in East London now. East London is still in the Eastern Cape, 2-3 hours away from Mthatha. So obviously I was like, okay, well, I didn't want to move back to the Eastern Cape, but East London is not bad. At least I like it. East London is a bigger town than Mthatha. And, to me, it's better than Mthatha, So I was like, okay, I can go as much as I don't want to. I was devastated to leave Durban, but at least it was not for Mthatha, so fine, I could compromise. So I was like, okay, fine, no, I can go to East London. So I went to East London, and I started there on the 1st of October, and it looked like, it's all well, it's all good, the firm is nice, it's good, okay, it looks like we're gonna have a good time. Now, I think already in a month or two, at that firm, like maybe a month or two. For me, I felt like, no, this is not it. I felt so out of place. I don't know how I can explain it, but I was even saying to God that, Lord, I wanted to be a lawyer, right? And I mean, you gave me that idea, you gave me that dream to be a lawyer. And here I am in this firm, firstly, and they're doing lawyer work, right? Obviously, we are appearing in court doing lawyer work. But I felt out of place. I felt like this is not the work that I want to do. I felt like this is not for me. And at first I thought it's imposter syndrome. I thought maybe I have imposter syndrome because I just felt like, man, I don't fit. I don't want to be here. I don't want to do this work. And that threw me off because I felt like I don't know what I want, you know. I felt like, man, Lord, am I going to fail at this too? I mean, I failed at everything else, at other jobs, you know. It never worked out. The job thing where I would do I was in other fields, that did not work out, and I felt like that was not for me, and therefore I felt like law is for me, and I wanted to come to study law and practice law. And now that I'm doing that, I feel misplaced here too. So what am I supposed to do? Like, am I now going to go and start over again? Am I now going to go and look for something else? Like, is this going to be my life where I never fit into anything, and I'm just jumping from one thing to the other and never really settle into anything? It was devastating to me. It was very confusing, and I also felt like, but Lord, you led me to studying law, right? Meaning you led me into becoming a lawyer. And now that I'm here, did you mislead me? Like, I thought I heard from you. I thought you're the one that led me here. But now I'm lost. I feel lost. That's exactly the word I was looking for. I felt so lost. Like, I remember I would be in court, like doing all sorts of things, like your criminal law, like it was a mixture of everything. Criminal law, your maintenance, like all sorts of things. And I would feel so lost. Guys, I would feel so lost in court. I would feel so lost at work. I would feel so lost everywhere. Like everything was just, I was lost, you know? I felt like I can't fit in. I interpreted that in me feeling like maybe I was just not called, maybe I heard God wrong. I was not called to be a lawyer. The only area of law that I kind of felt a little bit at ease in that firm was labor law. Like I felt a little bit, I felt a little bit good about that. Like I was like, okay, no, I can vibe with this. But it was like once in a while. So mostly I was doing everything else. Everything you can think of, I was doing. So I just felt like, it's just not for me. The other thing that was causing me so much anxiety, I developed hectic anxiety at that firm. Just the environment in itself was just not for me. I don't want to speak bad about the firm actually, so I don't want to get too much into that, but just the environment, was just not for me. I felt like I was also made to feel inadequate, stupid because of the way that people there were carrying themselves, and especially towards us. There was a lot of shouting, which for me, if you shout at me, then I'm going to be stupid. Like, my brain is going to stop. So there's a lot of that, and my brain would just shut down. I remember I went to the pharmacy, and I went there, and I was like, to the pharmacist, I said, hi, I'm looking for pills that are going to make my brain work, because my brain is not working. My brain just shuts down, and I feel dumb. I'm stupid, and I need pills that are going to help boost my brain and not be so stupid, And the pharmacist looked at me and was like, what? And immediately she said, you're stressed. That's exactly what's making your brain shut down. Are you under pressure at work? Is there too much work, or is your work stressing you? You have anxiety? Like she was able to tell what is happening, and I had a lot of anxiety. The whole environment was making me anxious. The job that we were doing, the work that was that we were doing. Like I said, it was lawyer work, but it was making me. I just didn't fit there. I didn't fit with the work, and it was just causing so much anxiety in my life. Hey, I remember I would call my friends crying. There's another friend of mine that's in Joburg that has a firm now, but at that time he was still employed. And I would call him crying, telling him that I don't want to be there. I don't want to do this work. I don't know what I want to do. And to me, I had resolved that, okay, I think I don't want to be in practice. I want to be like in corporate. Like I want to get into a company and work for, that a department, a legal department in that company, and just not actually like be in private practice, right? So that was my conclusion. So I wanted to get out of there. I was so desperate to get out of there to the point where I was even applying for non-legal jobs. To me now, I got to a point where I was saying, no, actually, I don't want to. I've decided now. I think I just want to be done with the legal profession. It's just not for me. And therefore, like, I'm just going to apply for non-legal jobs, like your administrative jobs, your secretarial work, your anything, even compliance. At least compliance has that legal thing in it. So I was like, okay, the most legal job that I can do will be compliance, but that's it. So I was applying for jobs like hectically, right? And fine, so we went on our December break from that firm, and I remember I got diagnosed with COVID in December, and I went away from work earlier than others. And the way I was being tormented even for that, my goodness, like, it was like the firm was mad at me for having COVID, so they were mad at me for not being at work, yet I had COVID. So it was just, that's what I'm trying to say, that the firm in itself was just the environment, the culture there was just not for me. It just wasn't for me. So I came back in January. And I remember shortly after I came back in January in the firm, my grandmother passed away. So obviously I had to attend her funeral, which was like, I think about maybe 5 hours away from East London. Let me see, maybe 5 hours away from East London. So I had to attend the funeral, obviously, and it's my dad's mother. And the funeral was going to be during the week. It was going to be on a Thursday. So I asked permission to go to my grandmother's funeral, and even that was met with resistance. Well, not go to the funeral, but the time off I was asking for was met with resistance. I was told to come back immediately, like, the funeral was on Thursday, and I was told I need to come back on the Friday, and I was like, but the distance, if you guys want me to come back on Friday, it will mean that I have to bury my grandmother on Thursday, and immediately, remember, I didn't even have a car, and immediately go and find transport to take me hike or find a taxi to take me to East London immediately. Because of the distance, I can't only come back on Friday because that's the day that I have to be at work. So it didn't make sense to me. I was like, but how can I bury my grandmother and come back right away? I mean, it's on a Thursday, so this is just a Friday. You can just let me go and I'll come back to work on Monday. But man, it was met with resistance. It was like I am being unreasonable. I don't want to work. Why do I need so much time for my grandmother's funeral? And all I needed was just 2 days. Okay, anyways, so when that happened, that's when I decided that, this is it for me, because I was treated so badly there. And I felt like, on that aspect about my grandmother, guys, I even almost got into a fight because of this lady that was just being so insensitive about the fact that I've lost my grandmother, making jokes. So that whole thing, it just got to me so much that I was mad. Like, I got really, really angry, and I was about to do something out of my character. So that's why I was like, no. So this job now is turning me into something that I'm not. Now this job or this environment is gonna turn me into a violent person, and look at me, I'm not violent, and now I'm turning into a violent girl. No ways. I said, no ways. This is where I put my foot down. I can't continue to be here anymore. I cannot afford to be, I've worked, and God has worked so much in me to make me a better person. For me to now allow external things to take me back into a person that, in fact, I've never been a girl that fights, so I've never even been the person that this film was taking me back to. So I was like, no. And I used to have anger issues, right? But not to fight. I mean, look at me, I'm small. Not to fight, but I used to have anger issues. So I'm like, I'm not gonna go back to being that girl that is angry. So these people are now pushing me, to being someone that I'm trying not to be. So anyways, I decided to that's when I made the decision to leave the firm. So anyways, when I got back from my grandmother's funeral, I then handed in my resignation, and I told them that no, this is it. I'm resigning with immediate effect. That devastated me. As much as I was doing that, I was resigning, but I was so devastated. Not devastated to leave the firm. I was happy to leave the firm, but I was just devastated by the whole experience. That what now, Lord? What now? I felt like a failure. I felt like, Lord, here am I, failing at one more thing. The one thing I thought I'm going to succeed in, because I felt like I was called by you into it. And now I'm failing at that too. So, man, I was just so, I felt a lot of things. I felt like my life is going to amount to nothing. Now I have to go back home because there's nothing for me in West London anymore. I have to go back to home, and that devastated me because I did not want to go back home. And I felt like, I remember calling my dad, bawling in tears, like crying out loud and just crying. And my dad was so hurt, my dad was just so, it was a difficult time for me. But anyways, so I had to, I put in notice, so my notice period came to an end, and I had to go back home. Before I went back home, a firm in Mthatha presented an opportunity to me. Well, my cousin had orchestrated it, but kind of hid it for me and made me think that the firm is presenting an opportunity, and made the firm also think that I'm approaching them through him. So anyways, he orchestrated all of that. And I believe that maybe that was God, using him like that. But anyways, my cousin told me that, listen, man, this firm in Mthatha, they want you, they're calling you, they want you to come for an interview. So I'm like, obviously I have an attitude because I don't want to be in Mthatha, right? But right now I kind of have no choice because I don't have anything in West London, and I'm in this position where I feel like I don't even want to do my articles anymore. I did not want to do my articles anymore. Like, I was done. So when he's saying that now there's a firm that wants me to do the articles there in Mthatha, I'm like, no, but I don't want to do my articles anymore, So anyways, I had an attitude about that, and I remember my video where I said that the will of God, when your mindset is on something that is not the will of God, you won't have peace about it. And as soon as you shift your mindset to be on the thing that God wants you to be on, you will have peace. That's what happened. Like when my mind was saying, I don't want to do my articles, I wanna, venture into non-legal things or whatever, go into corporate, whatever. I had there was so much turmoil. I'd wake up mad and angry and just in turmoil all the time and constantly thinking about it and just not settled about that. And then when I finally was like, fine, you know what, Lord, I'm going to do these articles, right? I'm just going to do my articles because my friends supported me so much because they kept, begging me not to give up, trying to get people to speak to me so that I don't give up. So when eventually I was like, okay, Lord, fine, I surrender. I'm going to do these articles. I'm going to do this thing one more time. I'm going to try this thing one more time, Lord. But this time, you have to carry me because I'm depleted. My strength is depleted. I literally can't do this by myself, and I need you to carry me in this, right? I need you to do these articles for me. Just use me as a vessel, but I need you to be the one doing the articles. I know. So when my mind shifted to that, I had peace. peace when my mind shifted to me now doing my articles. So anyways, I agreed. But now I was just hurt at the fact that now I have to be in Mthatha. Now I was like, Lord, no, I don't, you know how much I don't want to be in Mthatha. But I was like, at this point, I just surrendered. I was like, you know what, Lord? I remember, like, I had an attitude. I said, Lord, whatever you want, actually. You know what? I don't care anymore. I'm going to go to this Mthatha that you want me to go to. Like, just do what you want with me. At this point, I'm done trying to do or trying to figure it out and trying to, whatever. Like, literally, I'm just going to sit there like a dead person and I'm going to let you toss me. I want to let you just have your way. You toss me around. If you want to take me to, do what you want. So if you want me to go into Mthatha, just whisk me away. I don't care anymore. And I was not saying that with a good attitude. I had a bad attitude saying it. Like, I was like, Lord, I'm sick of this. So do what you want. Like, that was my attitude. Like, do what you want. I'm done. So, so anyways, I went to the interview and obviously the director of the firm liked me and he was like, no, I'm taking you on. So took me on and said that, okay, let's go. So anyways, I said to him, okay, I can start, but I asked to first write my board exams. So I wrote and I passed some of my board exams. Some of the board exams, I passed some of those. And anyways, I started the firm in March, end of March, towards the end of March I started. And immediately when I started, you guys, firstly, just the environment in itself. Oh, I missed, and I skipped a step. So anyways, when I had resolved to go to a firm, right, to go to do my articles, I prayed to the Lord. I literally prayed such specific prayers about the type of environment, because that firm taught me, right, what I don't want. So I knew now, but okay, this is the type of environment that I want to go to. I prayed to the Lord and I made my request and I told him the things that I'd like, to enter into as pertaining to a new firm. So I said, the environment, I want to work with mature people because I felt like I worked with mature people at the previous firm. So I said, Lord, I need my colleagues and just the boss, my boss, that in fact everybody that I'm going to work with, can I please work with mature people? Can you make it be mature people? I don't want a firm that doesn't have a WhatsApp. I don't want a firm that has a WhatsApp group because I was tormented on WhatsApp at that other firm. I was humiliated on WhatsApp. I was shouted at on WhatsApp. I was tormented basically on WhatsApp. I felt tormented. So I said, I don't want a firm that has a WhatsApp group. Please. I said, I don't want a firm that practices criminal law because that was the most tormenting thing for me when I said I didn't fit in. Criminal law was just not for me. Right? And that firm, they did criminal law. And my spirit rejected criminal law, okay? And that's why I'm saying that, that's why I went through everything that I went through when I was in court there and when I was just in the firm doing also practicing that type of law. My spirit was just not responding. Like, my spirit was rejecting that area of law. So I told God everything, and I said, Lord, I'd love a firm that practices labor law, right? Because that's the area of law that at least I was more in tune with. So now, fast forward, when I got to that firm, and it's a firm that I know because the director of that firm was my lecturer in university, so I know the firm. And he practices labor law. He's a labor law specialist. So that was answer prayer number one. It's a firm that specializes, like the main area of practice there, like 90% of the cases at the firm is labor law. So I was like, look at God. Number two, answer prayer number two. He hates criminal law. The director of the firm does not take criminal law cases. So in the firm, there's no criminal law cases. He doesn't practice criminal law. So I was like, what? So I felt like, okay, and this is alignment. So answered prayer number 2. So literally all the areas of law that I didn't like, they're not done at that firm. Like everything just aligned. So anyways, also now God answered even those the small little prayers, like the colleagues. Remember I prayed for mature colleagues. When I got there, not only my colleagues were not just mature in spirit or in character, but they were literally mature in age. I was the youngest at the firm. No one at that firm was below the age of 40. So I was the youngest at the firm, so I was working with mature people, right? So and their spirits, man, they were so welcoming, they were so loving. My goodness, they were loving people, and they welcomed me so beautifully and loved me immediately and treated me so well. Literally, I would say that like they treated me like they are a little baby, like they were so protective of me. Man, I was really so blown away by God, you know. I did not have to be on defense. I never had to try to defend myself at that firm. Everything just came together so well. Now, remember I said at that firm, not only did I felt that I'm being, because I don't want to say I was made to feel stupid, because maybe that's not accurate, maybe it was just my own issues, but anyways, I did feel that I'm being made to feel stupid and inadequate. And so remember my confidence, because of I felt like I had imposter syndrome, and I felt like I did not have the abilities to do that work. I don't know, but because that's what I translated, or I interpreted the way I was feeling, my anxieties and my blank brain, my brain that refused to stop. I thought that maybe I'm just unable. I'm just unable to do the work. I'm just unable to do lawyer work. Lawyer work is not for me. So by that time, my confidence was at an all-time low, because I was doubting myself, and I felt like basically I'm an imposter, like I don't belong in this field, and very soon people are going to find out. And even this firm, they're going to be disappointed in me. They're going to find out. And so my confidence was very, very low. I felt like I'm stupid. I felt like I'm stupid, and I was so worried that, my goodness, I wonder how am I going to perform in this firm. So I remember when my boss gave me my first, not really first, but yeah, let me say my first big task, which was like drafting, right? I had to draft this answering affidavit for this case that we were defending. So he told me to draft. We went to a consultation and he told me to draft this affidavit. And I was like, oh my gosh. So anyways, I drafted it, and I had to present it to him. And it was a complex matter. And I presented it to him. And as because I need him to like look at it, because remember I'm new, I'm still being trained, so he needs to look at it and correct it. So I'm expecting, corrections, and I'm expecting being criticized. And I have no problem with corrections. I wanted him to correct me, but I'm expecting criticism, right? I'm expecting criticism. Because remember, I feel like I felt stupid. I felt like I'm stupid. I have no ability to do this, so obviously I'm going to be criticized. I'm going to be told that I'm stupid. What the hell is this? I expected that. And as he's reading through my work, he was like, wow. Like, he was so impressed. He was like, man, Sipe, I'm impressed with this. Oh my God, this is amazing work. Wow. Like, and I'm like, what? You are impressed with me? With my work? No ways. So I was shocked. But anyways, that meant so much to me. Like, he didn't realize how much that meant to me, but that meant so much to me. Like, and he kept doing that. Every time I produce work, he would be blown away by my work. Like, and that's how my confidence slowly, now it was getting back. He was building. He didn't realize that by doing that, he was building my, even when he would correct me on, he'd still correct me, like, and say, okay, let's fix this. But he would still be amazed though at my work, And I remember this one time, he actually told me, I know we were driving somewhere to a case, and he was like, man, Sipe, you are an asset to this firm. And this is like, I'm still like, on month 2 or 3 in this firm. And he's already referring to me as an asset. And he's like, Sipe, you're an asset to this firm. Your work is amazing. I appreciate the work that you do. He was like, I cannot believe, why did you leave that firm? Or why did they let you go? Basically, he was saying that, I can't believe they let you go, someone of your caliber. Man, I was like, what, me? Little old me, stupid old me, I was really, really shocked, That meant so much to me. I remember I came back that night and I cried. I was like, Lord, my boss said I'm an asset to his firm. That's like, I never thought I would ever hear someone say that about me, right? So those things, like, they built my confidence up, right? Anyways, as much as it was all glorious like that in the firm, obviously there were challenges, right? I'm not saying it was all roses, right? But in those challenges, God served those articles for me, like I'm saying. Every time I would reach a challenge, man, God would like come and just remove it or fix it, or I don't know, man. But God, I always say, me completing my articles, I don't credit myself. I don't account that to me. It was God. I wouldn't have finished my. There were things where I felt like, I remember there were times where I felt like, you see, now this is exactly why I didn't want to do my articles. I want to quit. And God carried me. God carried me. I did not do those articles by my might. God would carry me. God would show me why I should not quit. Even when I would have a bad attitude, but God would still like carry me. I really did not deserve the grace that God showed to me throughout those articles, but He did that for me. He did that for me, even with my boards, and I continued. I wrote my boards, the remaining modules that I had, and I passed those modules, man, with so much ease. I hope you understand what I'm saying, ease. Obviously, the exams are not easy, but man, things were smooth. God smoothed out the way for me, God just made things smooth. He made the crooked parts straight. That's what I mean by ease. He literally made the crooked parts straight. Everything just went well. Everything just aligned, and God did it. God literally did it for me. And so I passed my board exams. And I remember when I passed my board exams, God actually told me that I'm going to pass. The night before, when I was writing my board exams, so I studied, and then the night before the board exams, I put my books away and I like, Lord, and I pray. I said, Lord, I'm done studying now. I'm ready to write tomorrow in the morning. And so I'm praying now for God, to help me, to, help me remember everything that I'm studying, everything I've studied, praying basically for the paper tomorrow. And in that prayer, God literally told me that He spoke a scripture to me. I'm still in fact, I don't want to get into it too much, this specific aspect, because I'm going to do a follow-up video, basically about that. But essentially, God told me that I'm about to cross the Jordan River. So God spoke to me like that when He was letting me know that I'm gonna pass. So literally the following day, I went to that paper knowing that I'm gonna pass the paper. And then God told me when I had finished studying, because probably if you had told me before I studied, I probably would have been arrogant and thought, I don't need to study all that much. I mean, God had already told me that I'm gonna pass. Maybe my attitude was not gonna be right. So thank God He told me afterwards. So anyways, I went to the paper, and yeah, everything went well. Came out of it feeling like, yeah, we're good. And indeed, when the results came out, I passed my boards, and I in fact, in March, when I was actually, speaking of, like, when I was writing my board exams, right, I wrote my board exams on the 16th of March, and on the 31st of March, my articles were ending. So for me, also, there was another big thing for me, guys. I've never finished a year in employment. That's another thing that was devastating me when I had resigned from that firm. That, Lord, what's happening? Am I not employable? what is wrong with me? Like, I literally felt like there's something wrong with me. I've never finished a year. I've never lasted more than 6 months in employment. So I was like, what is wrong with me? Surely there's something wrong with me. So when I finished a year with the firm, I was like, it was a big thing for me. That was like, first time. For the first time in my life, I completed a year at a job. So that was, quite a moment. So anyways, I passed my board exams, and fast forward, obviously I applied with the LPC, the Legal Practice Council, and there was no objection, there were no queries with my application. It went through. They sent me my letter of no objection to me being admitted as an attorney, and applied at the High Court. And yes, guys, it's official. On the 4th of October, I got admitted as an attorney of the High Court of South Africa. Yay! That's like, oh my gosh. So God literally wanted me to be admitted as an attorney. If it was by my strength, according to my might and my wisdom, I would not have gotten admitted. I had given up. So that's why I say I do not credit myself for this. I literally credit God. I had given up. I was done. And it's only God that pushed me, that carried me, and that literally served my articles for me and helped me pass my board exams and ultimately get admitted. Because now I was done. I had given up. So it's only God that this is all credit goes to God, all the glory. In my own strength, I wouldn't have been here. I would have been at some company working some whatever job. So just because it did not work out in East London doesn't mean it was not God that sent me there. Right? God knew. God knows everything. He knew that that's the firm that's going to get me to Mthatha. He knew that that's the only way that's going to take me to, and he knew that firm is not. When he answered that prayer and sent me to that firm in East London, he knew that it's not going to work out, and he purposed it that way. God had to take me to East London, right? And me having that bad experience in East London took me to Mthatha. So it was I don't know what to call it. I don't know, a junction, a reroute, I don't know, whatever. But that was the route that I had to take to get me to where God wanted me to be. Otherwise, I would not have went. So God saw an opportunity and said, at least she's not hardened to East London. Let's take her to East London. I know East London is not going to work, but that's the only way. So when it doesn't work in East London, she's going to go to Mthatha, and that's where. That's how she's going to get to the firm that I want her to be in, right? I've learned that it's not only the places or the situations where we experience a good time, where we experience ease, where we experience comfort and we experience joy or whatever, all those good things. It's not only those situations where a good purpose is served. I don't know if you understand me. But even the bad things serve a good purpose. We don't only find a good purpose in the good experiences. Yeah, let me put it like that. We don't only find purpose in the good experiences. We find purpose in the bad experiences too. And God works those and purposes those for the greater good. So for me, that's what it meant. And I'm grateful for that today. Because I would have never came back to Mthatha, and I would have never experienced that firm, and I would never have learned, the things that I've learned in terms of now the field, the labor law field, because, man, I worked with the best. I worked with the best in the field when it comes to labor law. So, and I got the best experience in that area, and I would have not have gotten that had it not been for God taking me to that feminist London and then having a terrible time there and having no choice but to come back home to Tata and ultimately was exactly where God wanted me to be. So nothing in life is wasted, and the bad experiences are for our good too. The bad experiences serve a good purpose too. Yeah, so thank you guys. Thank you guys for watching, and I hope everyone can have some hope with the story somehow. I don't know, but God is good. That's what I know. God has been so good. I am still amazed. I'm still in awe. I got admitted in October and it's January, and I'm literally still in awe. I'm still amazed because I'm like, this almost didn't happen. This almost didn't happen if it was up to me. If it were up to me, I would not have been admitted as an attorney, but because it was up to God, because God had already ordained it, because God had already ordained it in the heavens, and He said, my word does not return to me void. What I have purposed, what I've ordained, and what I have said, it has to come true. And God wouldn't let me sabotage His plans. He wouldn't let me do that. He said, no girl, not on my watch. You're not about to sabotage my plans. So yeah, he did it. And He wouldn't let me get in the way. He wouldn't let me get in the way. So I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful. So anyways, thank you guys for watching, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. Bye.